Hi, my name's Mark, one of the pastors here at Trillium. When my grandmother was about 85, a little bit older than 85 years old, she had her first automobile accident. It was a 65-year streak of perfect driving wrecked. No accidents, no tickets, nothing. And it wasn't even her fault. She was not found at fault in the accident. 6 months later, she had a second automobile accident. Again, she was not found at fault. But another 6 months after that, she had a third accident. This time she was at fault. And people around her and even herself came to recognize that it was perhaps time for her to give up driving. And so she gave up her driver's license and she sold her car. It was a sad moment in the family, a hard moment too. It made me realize how fragile our confidence can be in life. We may have had a long streak of success and then we experience a momentary defeat. And we realize just how fragile our confidence can be. It could be in our bodies. It could be in relationships. It could be in a host of elements of life. You know, someone could have had a stellar reputation for so long and then make one mistake, and that mistake overshadows all that they've done with their lives. And confidence is lost in that moment. You might have had a brilliant career at a job and had the confidence of your boss, and you make one mistake, and all of a sudden, your boss has lost confidence in you, and you can feel it. It's hard. When we lose confidence in our bodies, in our minds, in our relationships with one another, it has real consequences for our lives. Losing confidence is a place I think most of us would rather not go. Certainly the world that we live in does not really tolerate the loss of confidence. It wants to project strength and power. You can see it in the military equipment that countries have, aircraft carriers and missiles and aircraft, soldiers. You can see it in our emphasis on big, powerful, vibrant cities. And you can see it in being part of big corporations and the strength of finances. We can see it in our own personal lives, having big bank accounts and big estates, places where we can impose a certain amount of certainty on life. It's where we want to find ourselves, in places of strength and confidence, not in places where we lose confidence or where we feel even momentarily weak. And it makes me realize how different the world's approach is to what the gospel calls us to. Jesus tells us that we have to lose confidence in ourselves in a certain way in order to enter the kingdom of God. Without losing that confidence, we will never be prepared or ready to move into the kingdom of God. Paul says in one of his letters about how he prayed to God 3 times to have a situation removed from him. And what he heard back from God was this: my grace is sufficient. My power is made strong in your weakness. My power is perfected in your weakness. We think our power is perfected in our strength. The gospel tells us that our power is perfected in our weakness. I got to tell you, that's pretty hard to hear, for me at least. I don't want to project weakness. I've spent my whole life trying to project strength. I don't want to ultimately present weakness to myself or to you. And yet the call of the gospel, again, is that it's in our weakness that something is revealed to us. That those places where we lose confidence in life that we try to run from or to avoid are the very places where a gift is given to us. A beautiful gift. A gift to discover who we really are and what life is really about, and how we're to move in this life in a way that really matters, makes a difference. My grandmother, she lost her driver's license. She gave it up. She gave up her car. And in a sense, she lost her identity. See, her identity was rooted in her ability to drive herself through life. To drive her automobile was so much a part of her sense of self, that freedom that she got from driving. When she lost that freedom, she lost herself. And it was only a couple of years after she gave up her license and stopped driving that she died. And that was a sad moment for me, because I realized now, looking back on it, that she missed the opportunity that was being given to her in that moment. A gift had been given to her. A gift that would allow her to move forward in her weakness and loss of confidence, to discover a truth about herself and about life that makes it all worth living. And I pray for myself, at least, the next time I experience a loss of confidence in life, I won't try to power through it or run from it. I will see it for what it really is: a gift and an opportunity.